You can connect with diverse communities and target audiences in these regions.
Community engagement partnering with iRadio means engaging with communities at a grassroots levels. Your message will resonate with listeners in various locations, fostering meaningful interactions and driving brand awareness.
Comprehensive coverage with stations in strategic locations like Reng, Malakal, and Baliet. iRadio offers comprehensive coverage that reaches both urban centers and remote areas. Your partnership with iRadio ensures visibility across a wide geographic area.
Don't miss out on the opportunity to amplify your message with iRadio. Partner or advertise with us today and make your voice heard across South Sudan.
From the heart of South Sudan's rich soil comes a name of pride. Prestige Millers Limited, a beacon of progress, offering quality and affordable products, restoring food dignity one family at a time. Now say hello to Haiba fortified maize flour, wheat flour, and sorghum flour. The flour of strength, honor, and presence, and rich with essential vitamins and minerals. Haiba gives every meal the power to fuel energy, health, and growth. Whether it's a cedar, kisra, or porridge, Haiba guarantees the same delicious taste and unmatched quality every single time. Available in every size you need. 1 kg, 2 kg, 5 kg, 10 kg, 25 kg, and 50 kg. 100% locally milled. With Haiba, we don't just eat, we rise together as a nation. For details, call the hotline support service +211 924 922 323 or email sales@prestigemillersltd.com. Prestige Millers Limited. Together, we rise.
This is iRadio. When contributing to a topic on the radio, please avoid statements that may incite or promote hate. We encourage constructive points of views and criticisms that aim at providing solutions to problems facing the country. We do not want rumor mongering or information that is regarded as hearsays. We advocate for messages of peace and unity among the people of South Sudan. This is iRadio, your eye on South Sudan.
عزيزي مستمع إذاعة آي راديو، لما تشارك في أي موضوع على الإذاعة أرجوك تفادي تصريحات بتحرض أو بيشجع على الكراهية. إحنا بنشجع نقد بناء وآراء هادفة اللي بتهدف إلى توفير الحلول للمشاكل اللي بتواجه الدولة. إحنا ما دايرين ترويج للشائعات أو المعلومات اللي بتعتبر بأنها شائعة أو أغاويل. إحنا بندعو إلى رسائل السلام والوحدة بين مواطنين جنوب السودان. ده آي راديو، عينك على جنوب السودان.
The Dawn on iRadio.
Right, a very good morning to you and welcome to the second hour of the Dawn program here on iRadio, a live broadcast from the capital, Juba. My name is Emmanuel Joseph Akile and today is Wednesday, the 10th of September 2025, 17 minutes now after the hour of 7. Now in the second hour of the Dawn, we're going to talk about a book titled Growing Up Without Parents by Dominic Living Wawa, a former street boy's mission to change lives. Now, growing without my parents is the true story of Dominic Living Wawa. He grew up in war-torn South Sudan alone and struggling to survive. Now, as a child, he faced hunger, homelessness, and even tried to take his own life. But then through music, faith, and the kindness of others, he actually found hope. Dominic tells his story with the honesty from feeling unwanted to building a home for children like him. He started Kikiji National Orphanage Center to help orphans in South Sudan. Now, this book shows how pain can really lead to purpose. It is a story of strength, hope, and the power of love. If you are going through hard times, Dominic's life says, don't give up. Better days are coming. Now, for the from abandonment to purpose, The 140-page book has 18 chapters covering the war that stole his father, living with relatives. The ride to the streets became the night to the streets became my home. The streets of despair. How the radio sang me back to life. Home at last. His marriage to Harriet. The children who called him father. And then the list goes on. So the writer of the book is right here with me in the studio. Dominic, it's good to have you. Welcome to iRadio.
Thank you so very much. And I want to thank the management of iRadio. And I want to thank the listeners for being there. And it's my pleasure. I thank God so much for this opportunity.
First of all, tell us about your outfit. What is it all about? What does it portray? What message does it send?
Emmanuel. This is the original Dominic. This is how I used to dress some years back. This is how I used to put on. I used to wear people's clothes. I used to wear clothes that I collect from the streets. I used to wear used clothes. I used not to have shoes to put on my feet. Can you believe that the first clothes I wore, a new cloth that I first put on, newly bought from the market by someone to me, the new one, it was in 2010. That is where I was able to wear new clothes, shoes on my feet. It was in 2010.
Bought by?
Bought by a stranger, a Ugandan man by the names of Bruno. I don't know where he is now. How I wish I would meet Bruno. And I captured that in my books, you see. Therefore, when he saw me struggling, when he saw me moving with the, improper clothes, and then one day I saw him walking to me with a cavera. When I opened the cavera, new clothes. That is just a surprise to me that time, yeah. Therefore, putting like this, I am just putting to look back to where I'm coming from, and then as well to really send a message on what other children go through. Because on the streets, my brother, those days, this cloth that I put on like this is blanket, is jacket when called in a scam. It is everything to you. When you are washed by rain, you don't have any changing clothes. This is the only thing you use.
And they say, never forget your past or where you came from.
Oh, yeah, never forget. Because that is where I get my energy from.
Give us a brief background about yourself. Who is Dominic Living Wawa, the author of this book?
Dominic Living Wawa is this young boy who came into this planet Earth through a mother. And then I was told that 3 months later my mother became mad. And then because I was taken to the refugee camps, because I was born during the crisis of this country some years back, and then I was fleeing for refugee in Uganda, in Congo. Now in Congo, this is where I was told that 3 months later my mother became mad. Therefore, when Mama became mentally ill, I faced life very, very hardly because I had to breastfeed my uncle's wife, who now breastfeeded me and took care of me. And that is where I got the name Living from, because everybody was worried and scared about my life, where I'm going to live. I was not by then called the Living, but one of my cousin, I was told that who was able to go to school, when he came back, because people are worried about my life, whether I'm really going to survive, whether I'm going to really survive out of that because of hunger, because nobody is there to take care of me and things like that. And I was told that he was the one carrying me around, babysitting me. Therefore, he started whispering, leaving. This boy will leave, this boy will leave. And then people in the village end up saying, Domindo my longulongra living. Ita derkelina na diwele de living. And people started calling me living from that point, though not knowing what it really means in my village. Not until when I grew up, I came to realize that, that is the name. Therefore, Dominic Living Wawa is that boy who ended up growing without enjoying the love, the parental love, motherly love, fatherly love, growing up without knowing who my father is. Growing up without going to school, I've never written exams in primary 1, primary 2, primary 3, primary 4, primary 5 class. I only wrote exams in primary 6. I started my school very lately, primary 6 and primary 7. I only attended primary school for 2 years, and I found myself in the secondary school. Therefore, Dominic Living Wawa is that boy who came from that background.
And what about your father? You talked about your mom. What about your dad?
Oh, yes, about my dad. As I told you, when Mama gave birth to me, I was told that my dad was a soldier by then. This is what I had. But because I've never seen my dad. I've never seen my dad. I've never seen him, though I heard about him that, yeah, his father was a soldier. And then knowing him, no, because I was told Mama went to their home when she's pregnant of me. And then, in fact, Wawa is not my father's name. Wawa is my uncle's name.
And then now let's talk about how did you make it very fast? You said you sat for primary 6 and you jumped, or you went, proceeded directly to secondary school. How did you manage to do that? Where was that actually?
Look, I really didn't just manage to do it. But what happened is, when I had no opportunity to go to school, seeing other children go to school in my village, but I don't have that opportunity, I don't have someone to pay me. When I see life was so hard, very hard, I decided, Emmanuel, to leave home, because I was by then staying with my grandparents, my old grandparents who could not really afford to, provide all that a child needs.
Where was that?
In the village, in one village called the Agabe. And then we moved it to another village called Wotoka, that is in Morobo counties. Therefore, I left the village. I came to the towns. I came to the town of Ye. That's where I lived without any opportunity to go to school again. Therefore, in Ye, that's where I got a stranger who came on my way and gave me an opportunity to have a shelter and to have an opportunity to see someone that listens to me. I got a refugee also from a good Samaritan, a Bar Al-Khazal man, picked me and took me to his house. In his house,
in Ye,
I lived in his house for 8 years. For 8 good years. And then that is where I started my school from a very small school called the CCM, Chief Child's Memorial Primary School. Those days, by then, a very small school. We were only 6 in the class, and that's when I was in primary 6. You see, I still remember that. And then when I topped it in the class in primary 6, I joined Kinji Primary School, a public school, and then we were very many in the class. And then I was by then having this broken English and things like that. You can't imagine. But God had been so much faithful, very, very much faithful in really walking me through, this life transition. And then that man who helped me out for 8 years, imagine, my family members don't know him, have never seen him. Do you know what? They only met and saw each other on Sunday. Last Saturday. During the book launch. During the book launch, that is where that man who helped me saw my families, my relatives. And that is where my relatives actually also have seen him.
And now let's talk about growing up without my parents, the book. What motivated you to write this book? What inspired you? When did you really start writing this book?
This book took me 29 months of writing. I normally use pencil for writing because, given my background, I am a very slow writer. I write very slowly, and I want to make sure that whatever I put down should be the correct information. It took me 29 months of writing down. What motivates me? Look, my past. Emmanuel, go to our streets today. Enter our communities today. You see children that are forced to live on the streets with hunger, are forced to live in the streets with all that they go through today. Why this? For how long will these children continue living like this? Go to our communities today. Children are forced not to have an opportunity to go to school. And which is not the case right now, that children should just live like this without education. Children are left. Children have been mistreated, neglected. Children had been let me say abused. The rampant child trafficking have gone to the top in this country. Therefore, for how long will these children continue to suffer like this without their voices being heard? The suffering of the children in this country is the motivation behind seeing that I have to write an information down. Today, go to the streets of Juba, the streets of our city here, go to Konyo, go to Melekia. You will see number of Dominics on the streets. You will see a lot of those Dominics who are moving on the streets now. Go to Awil, go to Wow, go to Bor, go to Kapoita, go move to this town. You see number of them. There are others that today, yes, they leave home, but they are forced to stay on the streets. They are forced to live on the streets. Therefore, what these children go through right now is the reason as to why I had to put down my pen, using all the experience, the hard lives. Because when I was on the street, by the way, let me tell you, I had to attempt to take suicide. I had to attempt to commit to take off my life. Why? Because I thought that maybe life is not worthy for me. Looking at myself now, I know that if these children are not helped right now, some are going to go through that. When I was on the street, bad thoughts started coming into my mind. Do you know what was coming into my mind? I was wishing to grow very fast. I thought that maybe when I grow, I want to become a soldier. Why do I want to become a soldier? I want to become a soldier so that I would get a gun and go back to the village and clear. I want to kill everybody that I know as my relative. Why? Because I thought they are the reason as to why I was suffering the way I was. Therefore, with that, I know that these children you see on the streets today, these children have number of things that are going through their minds. If these children are not rescued right now, my brother, these children are going to be the same people who are going to terrorize this country in the nearby future. Therefore, for us to save this country from the risk that the future of our country is going to go through, let us save these children off the street right now.
Right. Now, talk to us a little bit, Dominic, about some of the important chapters you've mentioned, especially the night the streets became my home, and then how the radio sang me back to life, and then also home at last. Can you mention some of the motivational part or the importance of you ensuring that these become chapters in the book?
Look, when you talk about the street is not a home. A street is a very horrible place. A street is a very bad teacher. When I was on the street taught me number of bad things. The street taught me bad ideas. The street taught me to become a thief. I was by then a thief, by the way. I was forced to become a thief just to survive. Though I was not caught in all my stealings.
Smart thief, huh? Thank God you have repented now.
Yes, I was not caught in my stealings, but I was forced to steal. Why? Because of their life in the streets. Therefore, streets are not home. If you see these children today on the streets, know that they are not home. They are in a very dangerous place. They are exposed. The street is one of the bad teachers that I ever known. Because it teaches you all the manner of things that are not good. That's why you see children that are on the street today, they are looked as a thief, they are seen as beggars, they are seen as criminals, they are seen as hopeless people, they are seen as people that are less important to this country. That's why you see these children on the street, some of them are used for bad things, because that is how the streets concludes about you, about how you live, about how you live, and nobody wished to associate with you. That's where the radio came in. I got a radio on the streets, and that radio became one of my best friends those days. A best friend that listens to me, and a best friend that I listen to, because no one wished to listen to me those days. No one. Look, when I came to the streets, nobody followed me. Nobody followed me. Why? I have family. I have family from both sides. But if you can ask, who followed you? I'm not saying they are bad. Maybe they have reasons as to why they didn't do that. But honestly, nobody followed me. As I was telling you, for 8 years I lived with Sebit. And Sebit met my relatives on Saturday, last Saturday. You see, that is just what to tell you how hard life is for our children who are currently without their parents, who are living without the parental love goes through in this country. Therefore, having media, having radio is speaking up about the situation of these children. These children will begin to realize hope. The radio is started singing me back to life, because there are musics that I started listening from, and then those musics resonates with me.
The situation.
Yes, it started resonating with my life, and then it started giving me hope. At times when I listened to them, I started crying. I started to cry.
In Yei.
I started to cry, and that's where I, at times I say, music found me on the streets. Music found me on the streets. And then who can believe that man who used to sleep on the verandas, that young man who used to struggle without food, that young man who have not gone to school, that young man who have no opportunity to live, will have a family. Will have a family. Today my family, where I now have a home, I'm married, I have children today, you see. Therefore, being home at last, it is one of the unbelievable thing that I've ever thought of.
Right. And what about the children who called you father?
Oh yes, the children who called me father. Look, when I was leaving that man's house, he's called Sebi. When I was leaving Sebi's house, I asked the Sebi in 2014. I asked the Sebi, how can I repay you back for all that you have done for me? Sebi asked me to do one thing. Sebi told me, Dominic, if you think what we have done for you is very important, go out there and do to others the same that we have done for you. That is the only pay Sebi asked me to do. Today, I, together with those who have come around me, is taking care of the other Dominics, giving them opportunity to live, giving them opportunity to survive. Therefore, today I lead the Kikiji National Orphanage Center. In the Kikiji National Orphanage Center, which is a home to nearly to more than 115 children. Currently we take care of 118 children. These 118 children are 68 girls and 50 boys. And then these children, the way at times they call me, the way they relate to me, they see me as a father. They call me father. They express that fatherly figure. And I got surprised. And that's why I had to put that in the book. There is stories of these children who are now calling me father. Right.
And where is it located, the Kikiji Orphanage Center? And when did you form or decided to actually establish the orphanage?
Kikiji National Orphanage Center is currently based in Yei. We operate in Yei. And then in Yei, we are taking care of this number of children that I've spoken about. And then these children are from 18 different tribes of this country. These children that have future, that have hope, that have all that it takes. Kikiji National Orphanage Center got legally established in 2020. In 2020, we established the Kikiji National Orphanage Center. As a result, by the way, in 2019, I recorded my life story into a song titled Kikiji. Kikiji is a Bari word, which means an orphan. I recorded my life story into a song. Therefore, up to today, whenever
So you're also a musician? You also sing?
I sing.
Oh, right, that's good.
I sing, yes.
All right.
I sing. And then my music resonates with survivors of similar stories or those who are going through the same stories that I have gone through. Whenever I sing that song today, I see people weeping. And then one day in Uganda, when I saw one weeping, I went and asked him, why are you weeping? Moreover, he's an orphan who had been pushed out from school. Why? Because he don't have any money to pay for. And then when we put the bucket, people gave whatever they have. I tell you today, he have completed his senior 6, and then he is okay. Therefore, what that I'm saying is, from that very time, from that very moment, that is when I had so much strongly in my heart to come back and start working with these children. And today, we are so much grateful seeing God doing changes in the life of these children. By then, I started earlier on helping already other children, though not legally. I said helping other children. And those that we started with them in 2017, last year, 8 of them sat for their South Sudan certificate of secondary education. Guess what? Their performance are so much encouraging. Very, very much encouraging. And we are trusting God to see that these children are able to get opportunity to go to the colleges, to go to the vocational schools, to go to the university. And tomorrow, these children are going to be great leaders and people that will help this country.
Right. And how is the center being supported financially? And what do you need more support?
Thank you. So, on the support to the center, currently we don't have a donor. We don't have a permanent supporter that gives to the foundation. How we get our support is through local resource mobilization. We mobilize resources locally. When I come to Juba like this, Emmanuel, this is an opportunity where I meet some other individuals, where I talk to people, where I move from one office to another, where I move from one hotel to another, asking for support of other people, where we do a concert. I have dedicated my music entirely for resource mobilization. And again, I use the social media platform as a tool for resource mobilization. Today, go to my page, Dominic Living Wawa, or go to Kikiji National Orphanage Center. You will know how we really survive, how we really push these children. Though right now, it's not a story that anyone will hear. You see, therefore, we use as well the other means of how we support these children. We were able to identify and develop the talents of these children.
Right.
Today, these children are very good acrobats and gymnastic performers. They are very, very good. And now during holidays like this, we take them to other events and things like that. They perform, and then out of their performance, we use that money to help them go to school, to help them have food, to help them have clothes on their body.
If someone or institution wants to support you, how can they reach out to you to support you?
Please.
Extend hand.
That's why I want to invite. I really want to invite anyone who want to really support the church, organization, government, any partner. We are looking for partners that should help us in the short term. In the short term plan, we want to see that these children are able to get school fees. We really lack. Even the second term, we only paid 60% of the school fees of these children. Therefore, that's why I'm here in Juba. That's why this book have come, so that we are able to get. Therefore, we really lack support, and we need your support. How to reach us? One, you can email us at kikijiorphanage@gmail.com. kikijiorphanage@gmail.com. You can email to us, you can write to us, or you can as well reach us on our website, www.kikijiorphanage.org. you can find more details about us, or you can go to our Facebook page, Kikiji National Orphanage Center. You can easily reach to us. Therefore, all that we need is, we are really looking for support to see that these children are able to go. Look, these children today we see, they need two things. They don't need a lot. They need two things. Number one, these children need home. These children need home. Shelter for them. Number two, these children need education. Give a vulnerable child education. You have given him everything. Tomorrow, this child is going to be independent. He will get clothes for himself, shoes for himself, and all these basic needs that are necessary for human life, they will get for themselves. Therefore, this is what we want to see for these children. And then we have already, as Kikiji National Orphanage Center, acquired a piece of land where we want to put a free primary, secondary, and vocational school for these children in Yei. Therefore, we are as well asking for well wishers, people of goodwill. Come, if you want to put a shelter for these children, we already have the space, and then we are really looking for that support. And that is the beginning in Yei. But our bigger dream is to see that the Kikiji National Orphanage Center is able to extend our branches across the 10 states of this country and then the 3 administrative areas. We want to see that we have free education for these children. Today, even if you want to work here in iRadio, they want to see that you have a paper, and then we want to see that these children are not left behind. We want to see each and everybody should be supported.
Right. Bringing us to 15 minutes now to the top of the hour. We go for this short break, and from there we'll pick few calls on 0911 or 22 986. Our guest in the studio is Dominic Livingwawa, the author of a book, Growing Up Without My Parents. Good morning.
Albonain. Always at your service. For all wholesale traders, save more for your people. Wholesale food items available now. Sugar, rice, oil, and more, including cars and beyond. Top quality, competitive prices. To place your order, WhatsApp 09123 03076 or 09123 06078, or visit us at Juba Airport Road. Albonain, always at your service. Don't miss out. Quantities are limited.
نتاكم في جنوب السودان.
Welcome back from the break. دلوقتي اللي فيه نرفع المكالمات. iRadio.
Hello?
Yes?
iRadio.
Yes.
Yes.
نعم، منو معنا؟ رفقناك في الخط. iRadio.
Emmanuel, good morning.
Yes, good morning. David Magog from Wow. Welcome.
We appreciate Dominic Living for really remaining alive until today. My brother, no easy way to freedom. So you are the Mandela of South Sudan. You have really struggled for some time until you are even supporting some people in the country. My question is, as you are now continuing helping the children currently, do you have number of Momo? Because it becomes the easiest way where people are being connected in case anybody who want to contribute £1, £5, they can easily do it through that. That is concerning the communities or the citizens of South Sudan. This is number one. Number two, as there is a Ministry of Gender and Social Welfare, you do visit the National Ministry of Gender and Social Welfare one day so that you tell them the conditions that are facing those children in Yei or generally in South Sudan. Lastly, is about the website. Did you try one day so that you can advertise it through the website or visiting the international NGOs or like UN, because the UN, they have a branch concerning children, or UNICEF by itself, so that you can sacrifice yourself instead struggling all the time you alone. it's better you visit all these international NGOs so that they can support you. Or you can go to the Ministry of Petroleum, because those children, they deserve even to be given a percentage, because they are South Sudanese, and they deserve to be given right to living, right to life, right to study, and even to get food. Can you try your best? Or you can look for other people who can support you so that you go together to any ministry to complain about this, representing the document that can support those children. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, David Magog. Radio.
Good morning, Emmanuel.
Yes, good morning.
Diang.
Diang Ding, wow, welcome.
Yeah, my first question to Dominic is that I want to say that first, congratulations for that commitment and encouragement. My first question is that if somebody needs the book, how do the person get a book, and how much do you sell? And then another thing is that as long you have actually committed, as David put it, it's not letting it be burdened, because most of the street children, they are here not because that they don't want to change, but nobody wanted to change them. And if you commit yourself to change those children, you have to actually struggle hard to get support. Mine is good enough, so connect yourself with the media as you did now, and we wish those media support you, advertise well, and you will get more support. The third one is that have you practiced, or you yourself, if you are capable of writing proposal, that's good. That also is another thing that will help you write a project, and you get 3 years project, 2 years project. Approach maybe professional parties or consultant to help you. They will help you free, because as long as you are willing to change human being to something that will change the country, why not to be helped? These are my 3 questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Diang Ding. Let's speak one more call before we come back to our guest in the studio. اتصل علينا على 11 أو 22 986 986 وده بيجيبك في الاستوديو هنا. راديو.
صباح الخير إيمانويل أكيلي.
صباح النور.
معك
جوزيف تومبي تفضل.
من جوبا. المهم أنا بقول كده روح ربنا كتاو في دومينيك الليفينج على صورة حي لحد هسه ده، فكده يستمر بول لأنه ما في طريقة تانية في نضال. وسجرب كتير زي ما هو قال هسه عنده محل بتاعه أورفن اسمه كيكيجي هوم ده في ياي عنده 118 ولا 115 ده، فكده كونتينيو. وكمان كده أنا قال شنو يعني زول اللي كان قال هو من برغزال عنده اسمه سيبت اللي هو جاني مور 8 سنة. فأنا بيقول لو كان نحن الجنوبيين عندنا روح تعاون، يعني نحن ذاته لو كان أي زول بيمشي ستريت يجيب جنا يكون في بيت بتاعه، بمعنى بيكون كان ستريت جولدرن ما في. لكن نحن قلبنا ندالات بتاع عيال ده والجدود بتاعهم لحاجة لسيلف انترست. يعني ده بتلقى وزير بتاع هيومانيتيريان، وزير بتاع جندا لا في بكمبيات، وانتم مشارات وبوب ويال ياو تبانين بشاري. فمفروض هم زاد سياسيين ده يقلب قلوب بتاعهم يا رجال المهم هناك في عربات وفي راحة في رفاهية ده من أجل أبوهات عيال ده الكاد نادلوا من أجل جنوب السودان. فشكرا.
Shukran jazilan Tombele Musharakataki. We have a number of comments here on our Facebook Live, but let's pick this one from Mbali Vastonik. He's saying, good morning, Emmanuel, and the story of Dominic leaving Wawa is sharing, it is actually a true story I have witnessed, because we have been together in the village he mentioned. Brother, don't give up, let the struggle continue, and from today I can say congratulations for writing such an inspiring true story of life. Yes, Dominic, it's now your turn. We have about 7 minutes to wind up. You can respond to the questions in the comments as well.
Thank you so very much. Thank you all for getting in, for calling, and those following online. Thank you so very much. To start with the first caller who called from WOW, I want to say, yes, Kikiji National Orphanage Center, we have local ways of all the resource mobilization. We have MTN Momo. We have MTN Momo. You can call or send your contribution through this number, which I'm counting now. I want to give you this number, which is 0922010021. I read again, 0922010021. When you are sending, it is written in the names of Kikiji National Orphanage Center. when you call, this is also an office number that someone immediately in the center will respond to you. This is pertaining the Momo number. Therefore, on visiting the Ministry of Gender, Child and Social Welfare, let me say this very clear. In Juba today, we have more than 19 orphanage centers. In all these more than 18 orphanage centers, we only have one for government. This is so serious. And then if you see today the number of the street children in our country, in Juba, more than 10,000 children are loitering our streets today. But we have only this one orphanage center, which is a government-led. That is to tell us that we need to do a lot. And yes, Kikiji National Orphanage Center, we work closely with the Ministry of Gender. In Yei, we work closely with the Department of Gender, Child and Social Welfare. And then these are some of the stakeholders that we work with. We work with the church, we work with the ministry, we work with the community, we work with the police, the gender desk. This is the people I associated with. Right. Therefore, on visiting international organization, look, this is one thing that I'm saying clearly. Kikiji National Orphanage Center is looking for people, is looking for technical people that can easily come in and help us. Because this international organization have policies, have principles that are to be followed. Therefore, Kikiji National Orphanage Center, we are established. Yes, we work with the volunteers. Why? Because we don't have money for paying experts. We work with the volunteers, people who have the heart, who are willing. Therefore, it is also my call out there. Please, if you fail to really come and be a part of help, come visit us, write to us. You're good in proposal writing, you're good in helping us get a way for these children. Please, let's do it together. God will help us. Now, coming to Deng Deng again from Wow. You see, how to get a copy of this book. This book, I've written this book with 3 objectives. Objective number 1, should it spark a conversation about what these children go through. Today, this book, I have read it for 37 times. I know what is inside this book. This book is full of inspiration. This book is full of knowledge of what the children go through. This book is full of call to action. This book have provided solutions like what John Tombe have said, of calling for more other service, for more service in this country. Someone can even say, for instance, me, I will support 1 or 2 children from the center. Look, in Yei, $50, which is 300 pounds, takes a child for whole year in his school. You only pay $50, the child stays for whole year, will not be chased home at all in his school. And this is what we do. And then with the Kikiji, we are very simple. We can connect you to the school. You pay directly to the school. When you pay, we just want a copy of the receipt. That is how we work. If also you can send through us, you send to us, and then we connect. And we want to make sure that these children know that they are supported by the community, so that when they grow up, next tomorrow, they should know that, okay, we should give back to this very community that have helped us. Right. And then as I conclude with how to get a copy of this book, you can get a copy of this book through the book signings that we are doing. Number 1, we are starting book signing. This book is going to be available in most of the states in this country. I will be traveling to these states. Therefore, we are starting here in Juba on Sunday. On Sunday, we will be in Seniors Hub at 3 o'clock. I will be there, and then we will be doing the book signing. Everybody who want to see me, who want to see that the book is signed by me to him. Right. Therefore, on Sunday at 3, I will be in Seniors Hub. And then after that, I'm coming to Wow. I'm coming to Bor. I'm coming to Yambio. I will be going to Torit. I will be moving some of the towns to see that this book is availed. This book is able to reach everybody. And then again, it is my call. Look, I want to hand this book to the president of this country. And then I want to really hand this book to His Excellency, Salva Kiir Mayardit. And it is my call. And I'm still calling it so strongly that please, I want to meet the president of this country. Anybody that can help me, take me to the president of this country.
Why do you want to meet him? What do you want to tell him?
Look, I want to tell him what our children go through in this country. My brother, the future leaders of this country are on the streets. They're on the street. We need to save them. These children are praying. They are praying, who is that person who is going to help me today? I want to tell them the situation, the really suffering that our children go through in this country. I want to speak to him. If we can have policies, strong policies that can guide these children. Today, these children that are on the street, they smoke. You saw them smoking? Where are they buying the cigarette from? You saw them drinking? Where are they buying the alcohol from? They buy alcohol from those people who are okay. They are still the one who are also, Therefore, I want to really speak to him that these children needs to be helped. These children need rehabilitation centers. Right. These children need education.
Funding, support.
This needs support that should be able to get these children out from there. Today, if you see most of these children on the street, these are children whose parents, whose mothers, fathers died during this crisis.
Right.
Therefore, it is my call to see that this happens. Therefore, about the book again.
The price. Someone asked about the price. You can mention briefly. We have about 30 seconds to wind up.
Okay, good. For the price, this book goes for £50,000 for students, 100,000 for everybody. Why this price? This price is because so that we are able to get something out of the book to help with the children. Therefore, buying this book, you're already paying a child in a school. Like if you pay £100, you have already paid a child's school fees in Yei.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dominic Living Wawa, the author of a book titled Growing Up Without My Parents. Thank you for joining us on The Dawn today.
Thank you so very much.
That brings us to the end of the Dawn edition. Join us again tomorrow at the same time to get the latest on what's happening in South Sudan and beyond the borders. Up next, news in Arabic with Obaju Kuchaga. On behalf of the Dawn team, Paulina Althea, One Moses, and producer Dico Di Andrew, this has been Emmanuel Joseph Akile. Have a good day.